Hello there. Happy Hallelujah Day to you. Thomas Kissinger, and we are back for Read and Search, Part 8, reading from the book of Dr. Harold Lovelace, Read and Search God's Plan. And let's jump right on into it where we left off. People use the expression forever as though it is written as forever, and it is not. In fact, in the Strong's Concordance, there is no listing as forever. It must be found under the listing ever. How long have we all been laboring under a false assumption of what these words represent? In the truest sense, aion and aionios are time words. All the English words and expressions, no matter how cleverly they are used, represent time periods, some short and some long. Each and all, however, have a beginning and an end. Notice that in the Strong's Concordance, Young's Concordance, and the Englishman's Concordance, you find that the root word and number for aion is number 5550, chronos, and is used 53 times in the King James Version New Testament. The words time or times and season or seasons are the most used words for this word. Also, you will notice that another word is used for its root word, and that is number 2540, kairos. It is used 86 times, and the words time or times and season or seasons are the most used in these verses for this word. In the Bible, there are about 700 times that the words for olam, number 5769 in the Old Testament, and aion, number 165, are used to represent time periods by using over 50 different English words or expressions. This is one of the reasons for the difficulty in understanding and interpretation. It takes a diligent effort to rightly divide the word of truth. Now you can begin to see why there is a lack of understanding and why there are so many different views. And I would just urge you again and again, ladies and gentlemen, study the Hebrew word olam and the Greek words aion and aionios. They unlock to you the understanding of the plan of God, the plan of the ages. Most modern English Bible translations translate these words as eternal, everlasting, and forever and ever, and it's just not correct. They should have been translated of the ages or age-lasting or belonging to the ages. So, Dr. Harold Lovelace goes on to say, when you read Matthew 25:46 and look at the expression everlasting punishment that we have all heard so much, also read this in Young's literal translation where it is punishment age during, and in the Rotherham Emphasized Bible as age-abiding correction, and in the Concordant Literal as chastening Eonian. So listen to those, ladies and gentlemen. Punishment age during, age-abiding correction, or chastening Eonian. That's way different than everlasting punishment or eternal torture. And that's what we have to see in our studies. This is not something new, but has been there all the time in the Bible, showing how God and His Word are one, and how He uses correction rather than annihilation or eternal punishing to accomplish His goal. Listen to that statement again. God uses correction rather than annihilation or eternal punishing to accomplish His goal. You can now see that if the word eternal had been translated age-lasting or some equivalent as it should have been, there would not have been the problems that there are in understanding the true meaning of these words. Yes, long ago I asked God to forgive me for holding the wrong interpretation which made Him look less than victorious. Yet I see how He brought me through so that I could find out and cause others to read and search in order to better know the truth. Thank God for all the ways He has brought you through. Continue to follow His challenge to know Him and His ways. The Bible must harmonize. The Bible must harmonize, or it will contradict itself. The writings of Moses, the prophets, the teachings of Jesus, and those of Paul and John must harmonize, or we have a great dilemma on our hands. We must use concordances to list the words properly. This is the reason why I recommend using the Englishman's Concordance. When you look up a word, in that word's numeric column is listed all the verses in which the Hebrew or Greek word is used. And it has printed in italics the English word that is used in every case. When you look up a word and it has been used many times, look at all the ways that original word has been translated into English. This makes it easy to determine the meaning. Also, look up the root words and do the same. This is easy to do. It just takes some time, but it is worth any and all of the effort. Study to show yourself approved. For example, the Levitical priesthood is recorded as an everlasting priesthood in Exodus 40:15. And we find that the Levitical priesthood ended and a new order of priesthood came, which was called in Hebrews 5:6 the Melchizedek order. Some, not knowing, would use this to say that the Bible contradicts itself, but it does not. This is all settled when you determine that everlasting, really the word ever from the Hebrew word olam, number 5769, as has already been stated, is an age or a period of time. The Levitical priesthood lasted for God's purpose for a time. And then the priesthood was changed, Hebrews 7:12. Then for certain, the word everlasting has to mean a period of time, rather than endless, or there could not have been a change in the priesthood. Another example is found in Philemon 15, where Paul wrote to him and said that he could receive Onesimus forever. And it is evident that could only have lasted until his death. Here again, the Greek word aion has been used, and it is clearly not endless. All of the cases in which forever is used would make a very large volume, showing how this has been misrepresented as endless when it is always for a period of time, whether short or long, but never endless. However, there are other Greek words that do represent endlessness. In 1 Timothy 1:4, the word endless is used from the Greek word number 562. And in Hebrews 7:16, the word endless is from a Greek word number 179. Paul used both of these words and never associated them with punishment. Incidentally, I use the King James Version for these studies. It has several reliable concordances which may be used to look up words that are numbered for convenient reference work. To be a serious student of the Bible, everyone needs to use a Bible along with a complete concordance, which I have already mentioned many times because of its importance. The Companion Bible by Bullinger, with its 198 appendixes, is also very helpful. So let's sum this up for now and stop there. We'll just mark where we stopped. And what Dr. Harold Lovelace is hitting on in this section, just hitting on very, very strong, is a study on the Hebrew word olam and the Greek words aion and aionios. And the reason this is so very important, ladies and gentlemen, is because these are the words that have been used in conjunction with the words punishment and destruction. And the way that these words have been translated is an improper way, and it has caused us to believe such teachings such as eternal torture or eternal punishment or annihilation. When these words, the Hebrew word olam and the Greek words aion and aionios, are translated properly, they actually speak of God's dealings with man in the ages of time. They speak of periods of time, and they speak of the ages. The Hebrew word olam means a hidden or concealed amount of time. The Greek word aion means an age or a period of time. And the Greek word aionios means of the ages, belonging to or pertaining to the ages, or you could say something like age lasting. But they surely do not mean eternal, everlasting, and forever and ever. That's where the confusion has come in. And that's where this false doctrine of eternal torture and annihilation has come from. So just encourage you to soak all this in and study those words. The Hebrew word olam and the Greek words aion and aionios. You shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free.